what has been a good decision for us with regards to the unprecedented era of COVID-19, I have to say digitalizations and also automation. COVID-19 really accelerated us to the point that real on-time data, if we talk about speed, flexibility, we have to have real on-time data to make the best decision for the company, not just on a daily basis, but even on a minute basis. In the past, we are always driven by our productivity and efficiency. But what makes our productivity efficiency are there is actually also a transparency with our supply chain, with the buyers, with the brands, and also with our suppliers. COVID-19 is actually accelerating all of this.
The strategies have not much changed through the pandemic. They just have become more, more transparent and more urgent. That things need to be done in the way they should have been done also without the pandemic.
The strategic decision we have taken for Porsche Garments after the COVID-19 is we need to diversify product market, our export market. Second one is that to digitalization need to happen, and we also need to digitize our product collection, and we need to also digitize our fabrics and accessories collection.
Everyone these days aware that we have to be sustainable, right? But sustainable, we cannot play by ourselves. It's not a single player. It takes two to tango the sustainability. Sustainability is all about understanding the whole supply chain, not just the brands, the markets, but also understand how the behavior of our productions and also the behavior of our tier 2, tier 3 suppliers as well.
Yeah, the brands need to understand the manufacturers need to understand the brands. This is not something that can be done separately, and it requires many players within this very complicated supply chain if we're ever going to attain anything that approaches sustainability.
It was way before the pandemic that our industry was named the #1 polluter of the planet, and that a huge amount of garments and products that are in the pipeline are anyway never hitting a shelf but are directly going into landfill. The hard way, this pandemic has taught us that less can be more, even if that means loss for many. But I think the way how we worked before that was definitely not the way how we can continue afterwards.
My advice will be to the new entrepreneurs that to diversify product and diversify the export market, and to same time develop the management skills so that you have that agility after the COVID-19 outbreak. If you are not responsive, if you are not reactive enough, if you are not proactive enough, if you're not agile, if you don't adapt, I think it will be very difficult to make a start and then continue.
I think the biggest problem is here, and it's not the technology. Technology is available. So from my perspective, one of the biggest obstacles is to basically jump over that little gap and use it. I think people need a certain guidance. Many people are lost in the jungle of digital tools. What is the best tool to use? What is the best? And I can only recommend, forums like you offer, Matthijs, from the IAF, to basically network, to talk to peers, to talk to people that made experiences.
Jan mentioned something very true, that this is not just about technology. This is about the mindset and behavior, right? And the behavior of the customers, the end users, changes very rapidly, but sometimes the whole supply chain to change our production line, to change even the way our merchandising and the merchandising of the brand is even quite slow. So to actually change the whole mindset of the whole supply chain, we really need to make sure that everyone really align and focus on what we need to supply to. Right.
I think especially for brands, the main focus should be developing the brand, developing the USP of the brand, developing an offer that the customer feels that he or she cannot live without. So basically getting it very clear what the brand stands for and why people want to buy the products. And this is for me the bridge to what the manufacturer needs to do. Just focus on the things that you should focus on. Develop the brand, develop the identity of the brand, develop the product and sell, and leave the other things to the manufacturer, which means for the manufacturer, be the service partner